Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. I didn't do a video blog last week because I was busy. And basically I'm working quite a lot now, which lets me buy things like the new server, which I'll come on to in a minute. But being busy means I can do less writing and stuff. And the free time that I've actually had, I've been doing things like managing the server. So if you're wondering where I've actually been doing far more work on Nukezilla than I have at any point in the past like 6 months. But you just can't see it. It's simply the fact that Nukezilla exists is the outcome from that. Anyway, enough of that. It's quite boring. I'll try to keep this video blog short, but I always try. Okay, that's a lie. Most of the time I don't try, but yeah, whatever. You haven't seen me in 2 weeks. You need to admire my hair and my beard and my t-shirt, which I think is the same t-shirt I've worn before. So we got a new server on Friday, and hopefully you didn't notice the downtime because I did clever science. Where I put on like a big white lab coat and I waited till there was a thunderstorm and then I went, "It's alive!" and other such things. But you will probably have noticed some downtime since we shifted, and that's because every single bit of software that the website needs to function was updated, and so it's kind of like giving an old person loads of steroids. It just I mean, it does get more adventurous or whatever, but it also creates a lot of problems. And I'm currently debugging the final bug that I found where the website somehow sometimes breaks and it gives you a 500 error, and a 500 error means the server went, don't know what to do. And it's not a normal error, but I'm homing in on what's causing it. And the nice thing is it keeps the server stays up. And don't forget there is nukezillastatus.com where you can get the status of all servers that the website uses. But we've got a brand new server which all the numbers that you use to measure servers by, this one has them slightly larger. And we didn't actually need it, but it's to give us more stability. And once I fix this final thing, the website will be completely stable. It will be insanely fast. I mean, we are talking full page load in... If it didn't have adverts on it, and it didn't have all the crap that we have to put up with from other people because of capitalism, the website would load with all pictures in about 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, the initial page loads within, I think it's something like 0.8 of a second. And then if the caches are all primed and it's all ready to go, then it's just like boom, 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 which is important. It's not really very important, but it's a nice thing to have. And we like nice things. And the interesting thing with the new server is I paid for it for a year myself. And if you want to know that kind of personal sacrifice, the cost of that is the same price of a very good espresso machine. Now, those people who know me know that that's kind of a big deal for me. So hopefully... Note to self, post-it notes, don't... Oh, can I stick it on? Oh, now the mirror's well crazy. Ooh. Alright, you can... Okay, you can just put up with wobbly me for a bit. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the new server that I paid money for it. And I think that's an attempt for you to do things that make the website more popular through guilt. I actually spent a little while yesterday contemplating cancelling our advertising contract and then taking all the adverts off the website. And then I realised that that wouldn't actually make any difference at all. But I don't want to be motivated by page views. I want to be motivated by you guys' interaction. And to that extent, the forum is just getting more and more active. If you're watching this video blog and you're not in the Nukezilla forum, then what? So go there, forum.nukezilla.com, and when Nukezilla goes down, the forum stays up. Also, if you go into like incognito mode, or you basically log out, the site stays up because the cache is clever and it lets you do things in science and maths. Anyway, also, nothing went up on Saturday, but I need to stop caring about that because it's the weekend. And if you want stuff to read, then on Sunday you have this video blog and Sam's reading thing. You have like a whole week of articles, and I know you didn't read all the long ones because they're pretty long. So go read them on Saturdays, because it's Saturday. We're not going to write anything. Might write something, but for the most part, it's Saturday, and I don't want to feel like I should write things because nothing's gone up, which is weird. But anyway, thinking of new content on the website. NZcast Season 4 is coming back. My hope was that it would come back when Prime was a thing and then you could get a live version, but can't bother to do that. It's too much effort, and I don't have the time to put into that. So the NZcast will just be coming back sort of as it used to be. There is questions, and we will do live episodes from time to time. And get in the forum if you have any questions or anything you want me and Gavin to talk about. And I'm not going to mention any more about that, except it's a podcast and you should listen to it, because it's really good. And feel free to tell all your friends about it, unless you think we're terrible, in which case don't, whatever you do. I don't want them to judge me harshly. Final point on my thing, which you can't actually see, but is the new short form post type, which you should have seen Pete write up a couple of short form things. Now, this is kind of a cool thing, and I'll just gloss over it briefly because you can sort of see. Short form is an article that's opinion less than about 700 words, 600, 500 words. And the idea is it's for writers, because there's a lot of crap that you have to put up with when you want to write an article for Newzilla. You have to find a picture, you have to get tags, you have to get an excerpt, you have to get it edited, you have to do a variety of nonsense, superficial bureaucracy to make the website pretty. So, chatting to Pete, we came up with the idea, or I think he came up with the idea, of a form where you didn't actually have to do that. You could just, as a writer, go, I have this feeling, bash, 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 500 words, make sure it's good, and then publish it without having to jump over those hurdles, to give writers more power or more freedom. And you can think of short form as the equivalent of, bulletins. So we have news, and then we have like micro news, which is in the bulletins, where I post mostly dubstep remixes of Portal on Fridays. Check that out. But the short form is sort of like the next step down from an article. It's kind of like that. So it's like a smaller, but it's so that, I guess it is so that like we can get more content up on the site, but it's basically just so that it takes more hurdles away from writers to the front page. And a lot of this will be echoed in the Prime blogs. Now, even though the Prime blogs are still slow because all my effort went into E3 and then went into server moving and doing all this other stuff, the Prime blog stuff is still definitely, I guess in my head, still like sloshing around with all these ideas of where I want to take it. And you're welcome to keep posting in the forum, keep posting ideas, but this video blog's gone for 8 minutes. I need to start getting myself prepared, for I am taking part in roller derby. I am doing the 0 to hero thing, where you go from knowing nothing about roller derby to being in roller derby and going skate, 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 shove, skate, 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 shove, I win! Yeah, so I'm going to be putting skates on and pushing women over this afternoon. What are you up to? And feel free to ask some questions for the NZcast, fairly specifically about how many bruises do you have on your hips now, John? And I assume the answer will be, oh god, too many! So post in the comments of this video blog what you are up to today, because it's always interesting, and it's a lovely sunny day. I've just been outside, actually outside with my face and everything. And I'm off. So, what are you up to?